expose
my thesis on where, and it seems like you're a big fan, where he failed Andy Muschietti with the It remakes?
No, what do you mean?
Because I think he did a good job. I like them both quite a bit. But I think his failure, and I do that every time, I don't mute it.
We're talking it. We're talking it
Yeah.
real quick before we get going. It's October. It seems right.
I really think that his problem was splitting up the stories into separate movies instead of having it go back and forth. And if they had filmed both of them at the same time and had it naturally go back and forth between the child timeline and the adult timeline, I think it would have been better. Because the truth of the matter, It is one of my favorite books. I love it. It's very long, which is good because I like to read it. But it goes back and forth for a time. But really, the issue is that the kid story is very, very good.
Yes.
And the adult story is not as good. It's just not. And it robs you a little bit of the like, oh, we're just freaking kids and we're going up against an eldritch monstrosity from space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when they're adults, it's less. I think that if he had woven, because really he did a great job casting the adult versions of the young kids, not only with good names and good actors, but with people who looked like those kids.
No, I agree completely. To your point, I think it's just inherently more fun when Pennywise is going against kids.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see anybody fight adults. That
I
seems
don't care.
weird.
The kids are like, it's a
adults
real
are gonna
underdog
win.
story. And it's still an underdog story when the adults are fighting him. They don't really stand a chance against him.
That's on
either.
them. That's on them. They had like 20 years to prepare.
Yeah. It's more exciting. And never mind. I could talk about this for too long. And this is a lost podcast.
It is a lost
But
podcast.
I do love Stephen King's It and all of its adaptations.
Well, I think the reason that we got going down this path is because you were talking about your favorite producer for the show. And then we started just kind of going down that path. And this is one of the episodes that you love so much because it's not.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not Damon.
not.
Okay.
Well, it is. Okay, so it's Jack Bender is who we were talking
Bender,
about.
yeah.
He didn't direct this one.
Oh, yeah.
But we had a comment on our Spotify or TikTok or something. We had a comment somewhere this week where someone was like, oh, we should, for your next show, you should watch From.
That's what.
And I had been telling Anthony about From for a while because I'm going to be totally transparent. I don't have the streaming service that From is on. I think it's Epix or something like that. Stars, one of the ones I don't have. And so I watched the first season on a friend's account and then didn't get around to watching season 2. I don't even think they have that account anymore. And now I think there's a third season. So I'm really behind. But it's great. It's got Harold Perrineau as the leading actor in it. And he does a fantastic job in the first season. And it's created by Jack Bender. And I was telling Anthony that Jack Bender he's the director that when the little post title card credits are coming up on the screen and it goes directed by Jack Bender. When I was watching the show with my friend Levi, we'd nudge each other and be like, this is going to be a good episode because of the ones we've watched so far, I pulled them up to tell Anthony. Tabula Rasa, Walkabout, The Moth, whatever the case may be, Outlaws, Exodus, the finale, and then just from season 2 so far, Man of Science, Man of Faith, and Orientation. Like those are just a banger after banger list of episodes.
So if we do decide to do that for our next podcast, just a quick pitch.
Sure.
Can I be the expert? Let me watch it first, and then
I have seen the first season.
But stop, and then I will go from there, and then we'll switch it up. See how if I do terrible, I'll just let you start going.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
I like the position of power.
All right. Well, before we start talking about what we're gonna do next, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Hit it. Okay, well, Shelby had to run out for a second, so I'm going to do it. We are taking off. She loves to head to Virginia. We're not going to Virginia. We're not going. We are going to, I'm going to say that we're going to, on this flight, we're heading to San Francisco.
Hell yeah.
Why are we going to San Francisco?
I don't know.
Alcatraz.
Okay.
Which is where
my
Kate...
guess was off.
Because that's where Kate needs to be.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay.
Hate it here.
Okay. Well, we're flying the. I'm trying to.
We can go to San Francisco.
I'm just trying to
I just don't want to put Kate in prison. She's worked really hard to stay out of there.
Okay, so I know it's really early right now. You know what my note for the episode title?
I have one. I'd love to hear yours.
I took care of you, Mom.
Ah.
I know.
That's good.
I know. I've been so harsh on her. I've been so harsh on her, and like. Whoa.
I know. I've been waiting for this episode.
So good.
I think she rules.
Okay, but we are flying to San Francisco to take the Marshall and Kate to Alcatraz. I'm Anthony.
We're not going to put them in prison, by the way. We're just going to let them fight it out in a pit in Alcatraz, and Kate's going to fucking win.
Yeah.
I'm Shelby.
I'm Anthony. I agree now what you were saying last week. Kate's going to win.
Kate's gonna win the fight. I don't care who she's fighting. She's the scrappiest bitch alive. She's smart. She knows how to take care of business. She rules.
Yep.
Today we're talking about What Kate Did, which is the 9th episode of season 2. It is a great episode, and in flashbacks we see predictably what Kate did to become a felon, which was explode a house with her nasty ass stepfather inside. And frankly, he had it coming.
Was it his father? Or her father?
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. And then on the island, we see Echo, Locke, and Michael learn more about the hatch and the Dharma Initiative. We see Kate tend to Sawyer and deal with the spectral sighting of a scary black horse in the jungle. I guess not scary. Horses are kind of scary intrinsically, I think.
Yeah, I think I would probably lean that way.
Yeah.
Just because like they are
foreboding maybe more than scary.
Yeah, that's probably a good word for it. Foreboding. There are people who know horses, and then there's like me. You know, so I don't want to get involved.
I don't know horses, and I don't have anything against horses. I saw a post one time, a tweet or something that said that horses always stand around looking like they watch someone get shot. And I think that's the perfect description of a horse.
Yeah.
Like a horse looks traumatized. A horse looks...
They seem very perceptive. And I know everybody always talks about how smart they are, and I feel like
people talk about how stupid they are.
Oh, see, but you have to connect with them, and you have to bond with them.
You have to not be kicked.
Yeah, but they have like an intrinsic like ability to connect with humans, and that makes me nervous. I'm like, what if it doesn't like me? This thing is huge. I remember being at a Gasparilla festival in Tampa Bay. Have you ever heard of that?
Gasparilla, yes. The festival, no.
Oh, Gasparilla is like this big pirate festival in Tampa Bay.
That's cool.
Yeah, so like all of these like people, they have these like old school like pirate ships, and they all come into the bay, and there's just this big festival. And I remember I was there.
Go.
Yeah, I was there like 5 years ago, and I was standing kind of near, the edge of the water, and these Clydesdales came down. And I remember it was like maybe my 3rd or 4th panic attack of all time, because I thought like, their hoof is as big as my head.
Yeah.
This thing runs 50 miles an hour. Yeah. If it stepped on my sternum,
it's over.
It would not touch the ground. It would just go straight to the pavement.
Right.
Like the horses are very intimidating.
They're intimidating animals, and I'm very scared of horses unless I'm entertaining like a cowboy fantasy. I think I would be a very good cowboy, and I think I would get over horse apprehension.
You sound like Tina from Bob's Burgers. A little bit.
That's not the first time you've said that to me.
Just saying. You love horses.
I do. I like horses in the cowboy sense, sure. If I was going to be a cowboy, if I was going to go full John Marston and have a good time and go cowboying around. Yeah. But
yeah, they're scary.
Apart from that, I don't know.
They're intimidating animals.
Or like a knight. If I can color the horse in an era that I would like to play around in, yeah, then I'm there for the horse.
Okay.
If I can be a knight or a cowboy on the horse, I'll be on the horse.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Yeah.
I have a picture I can show you after this, and maybe I'll put it on, Instagram and TikTok for the listeners. I rode a horse in Saguaro National Park like 2 years ago. there's like what you think a doofus looks like, and there's what I looked like on top of this horse. It was the dumbest thing. I looked awful. I was like riding this horse through the park, and it looked so dumb.
I bet it didn't.
It did. I cannot stress you enough that it did.
I had almost forgotten about the horse watching this episode, and I don't know how, obviously, because the horse is such a focal point for both the flashback story and the present story. But the horse showed up, and I did start laughing. I was like, oh, yeah, Kate's horse.
Well, I feel like I got caught in a little bit of a trap. Does the island show people, like, symbolism or images that makes them, like, kind of, the island tests you?
Yeah.
And everybody's got their own little thing that they see. Like with Jack, it was his dad. And then there's all these different little things that people see.
Yeah.
Is that kind of her, like,
maybe
like look inward? Maybe this is your mirror. Everybody's got their own mirror image, and hers was the horse.
I have a very specific perspective on this, and I don't think it's wrong to think that the horse is her, like, vision in the jungle, the same way that Christian was Jack's and all that. But I really think Echo has a line when he's talking to Locke where he's like, don't mistake coincidence for fate. And I think that that's a really important line for this episode, because when we see Kate see the horse, we're supposed to think, oh, she's having some sort of island vision, the way that Shannon was seeing Walt and the way that Jack was seeing his dad and all this. And people are having these visions in the jungle. That's important, and that's not something I'm trying to take away. And then it drives it home a little bit when we see the flashback where the horse kind of saves her in her past, and she's being arrested almost immediately for killing Wayne. And the horse jumps out and causes the car to crash, and she's able to get away and leave the marshal lying next to the train tracks, which we can come back to. And so, yeah, at that point, you're like, well, yeah, obviously it's some kind of island vision. This horse was important to her in her past. She's seeing it again. But at the end of the episode, Sawyer sees the horse. And that makes me think that the horse really is on the island. I'll tell you this. We're never seeing that horse again. Okay. I'll tell you this, the horse is never getting brought up again. Okay. It was in this episode only. And I think that either interpretation, thinking of it as like a vision that Kate has had, or thinking of it as at some point there was a black horse on the island, it reminded her of the horse that saved her, and she had a moment with it. I think that that's maybe not wrong either. I think that there's a third explanation you can make for the horse. Again, the horse is not going to be explained. Okay. But there's a third explanation you can make for the horse that you aren't ready for yet, that you will be in season 3. And we can talk about it again then. That could make sense for why the horse was there. But I kind of prefer thinking of it as just like a coincidence. Okay. Like Echo said. Okay. Because that is an important line. And I think the horse is necessary to weave that line into the episode in a way that makes sense.
Okay. There are like 3 things right there that I really want to talk about. Don't let me forget about Echo and Locke with the coincidence. Don't let me forget that. I won't. I found myself in a moment because Sawyer did a straight up deathbed confession. Mm-hmm. I thought for a minute he was seeing the black horse because he also has his same trauma. That's like what's brought them together. Maybe. And they see the same things. That's why they're so internal.
They're so alike, and they're so
connected.
They're mirrors of each other.
Yeah. So that's kind of why I was like, that's why Sawyer.
Why she sees Wayne in him is because she sees herself in him, and she sees Wayne in herself.
And he sees like his past and what he did with his father and all that kind of stuff. That's why they were seeing it together. The other thing was man of science, man of faith. We have 2 men of faith. But they are different.
Yeah.
But they are different.
Yeah.
They are 2 men of faith who are different.
Yeah.
Right?
Locke has faith in the island. Echo has faith in God. And maybe that stretches to the island. Maybe the island is an important domain of God's, but that's where Echo's heart is. And Locke is really only interested in the faith in the island.
You could see Echo's face too when he was just like, when Locke was like cooking, talking about like, what are the odds? He was like, be careful.
Yeah, watch out, actually.
Careful. But I was just thinking like 2 men of faith.
Yeah.
But their faith is in different stuff.
Uh-huh. I love them talking in this episode. I also love Michael watching the video with them. And Michael also just like casually walking into the hatch and being like, it's crazy that there are blast doors in this door, and Locke going, what? What's in the door?
I was a little annoyed with like Michael being involved.
Stop.
I feel like no.
We have to love Michael.
I like Michael.
He gets shat on every day online, and I have to be able to defend him in this one place.
I am not shitting on Michael.
Okay.
His beard is amazing.
It rules.
I just thought
He looks
that
good.
at some point he was adjusting to the Swan way too quickly.
I guess.
But like what?
We can't take all
And
that
he was like,
time.
let me look at the hardware. Well, Saeed is here. Let's just wait for him.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a lot going on. You are not like, why are you doing that? Do the blast door thing, but like, why is he messing with the electrical hardware?
Because he's
Getting involved when he
engineer.
shouldn't be. Is what I was thinking.
because he's an engineer is the answer.
Yeah.
No one else is. So my Doyleist perspective of this is that we got the story. Yes.
Doyleist is the story writer's perspective
Yes,
or the human perspective?
The outside of the story perspective for why something happens. This happens because the story needs a climax. This happens because they needed some way to wrap up this specific character's story. That's Doyleist. Watsonian is they wrap up the story like that because it's the only way that so-and-so could get out of the situation.
Okay,
And
I'm
that's
sorry.
when you talk about like the characters.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I
No,
was just
you're
like,
so good.
remind me real quick of what those
Absolutely.
are. Okay, Doyleist.
We got that story with Sawyer. Sawyer waking up in the bed, finally like lucid with Kate and going, oh, we're in a bunk bed. I got rescued. We got rescued. And Kate having to tell him that, no, we didn't. There's just a bunker. And she takes him outside to prove to him that they weren't rescued. And so that's kind of the coping with the hatch moment that we got. I think to do that again or do that twice with Michael or with Jen to drive it home more that this is crazy when we've already done it with all of the other people when the hatch was first discovered of, oh, there's a washing machine down here and there's a pantry of food. We've done it all already. We're doing it again with Sawyer. There's no need to do it with Michael. That happened off screen. He had, I'm sure, a whole little episode about, whoa, what do you mean? There's a hatch in the ground and there's a little apartment in there. That happened, but we don't need it on film because we've already done it.
You're right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Like, it's gratuitous if we just keep doing it for all of them. You're right.
There's no need. But I liked the blast door thing, and then I liked Locke getting excited about it and being like, yeah, Desmond didn't really tell us anything, but he left us a movie. And Michael's like, oh, I like movies. Let's go watch a movie. And then Echo's standing there and he says, I would like to also watch the movie. And then they go watch the movie. And then that leads them to discover, oh, there's something spliced out of it. Oh, it's probably nothing. Probably just, editing. And Echo's like, wait.
It's not. It's unbelievable.
I love it.
It's so good.
I love it.
There were like 10 things that
I've got more footage of Marvin Candle in my Bible right now.
if we're going there right now,
I'm sorry.
that
I'm just
was
excited.
one of the most like just perfect. Everything worked because I had a weird note, and you're not gonna like this. Locke was like kind of smug listening to Echo. He's
A
like
little
kept
bit.
smiling at him.
He
I
was
was like,
excited.
wipe that smile off your face, okay? Because he's like pouring himself. He's like being honest.
Yeah.
He's like, let me tell you the story. Which coming from Locke, that's all he does.
He does.
He just
He does love to
prophesizes.
tell a story.
Yeah. So you can't give somebody else the courtesy to like. He's like, yeah, whatever you say.
I think he was excited to hear the story.
No. Go back. Look at the footage. No.
Okay.
But I just like when. Oh God, Echo's so powerful.
He's so good. He's so good.
Everything he does is just like lean up. You just want to
And
be like,
Adewale Akinoye of Gaje's delivery for that whole story, such a good storyteller. We've talked before about how Terry O'Quinn has that gift for telling a story and keeping it interesting for TV. So does Mr. Adewale. He kills it.
yeah. And I like in the fact when Locke asked him what he thought about it, he said nothing. Just immediately walked away.
Yeah.
And then that made when he decided to talk so much more impactful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's a great thing for Mr. Echo in general, is he's a pretty silent guy. He really only speaks when he has something to say. And when he has something to say, you're going to want to hear it.
It's awesome. It was so good.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
he told a historically accurate, story. I mean, that's exactly how that played out with Josiah, the king of Judah. It was all true.
I'm glad.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I assumed that he was right about it. I love Mr. Echo. I'm just very deeply glad that he's here and he's a player now. I've been waiting on him I feel like I say that every episode, but I've been waiting for him to show up for so long, and now he's here.
Well, I feel like we get caught in this like weird trap sometimes. We do this together so often. We're so on the same page with so many different things, and we're doing this. We don't really connect on characters super often. So it's like nice to have one person that we're both like,
We
you know
both
what?
think Mr. Echo fucking rules.
Exactly. Like we don't get to do that very often. Because if I like Kate one episode, it's the episode you don't like her. If you like Jack one episode, it's the episode that I don't like her.
Right.
It just kind of goes back and forth. So it's nice to be like, this guy rocks for both of us at the same time.
Yes. Yes. You know who's another character we always agree on?
Can I guess?
Yeah. I'll tell you the answer, but there are a few answers that would be correct.
Does it have to do with this episode?
Yeah. I'm segueing.
Oh, Saeed rocked this episode.
Saeed did rock this episode, but you kind of are a Saeed hater sometimes. Not always.
I am. I'm a Saeed realist, is what
fair.
people would say.
That's fair. I think he's so pretty, and I know that colors my my perspective.
He's so small.
He's not small. He's like a sensible 5'9". He's got some...
Sensible 5'9".
Yeah.
I've never got compliments on being 5'9".
Well... society right now is very obsessed with tall men. I think that the taller the man, the more untrustworthy the man.
That's actually pretty good.
And I've been proven right several times.
Okay.
So once you hit 6'2", it kind of becomes a point of no return.
Yeah.
I think that you can find a respectable 6-foot guy, but once you hit too much higher than that, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of evil.
Yeah, exactly. As a short king, I will say 6 foot, there's diminishing returns, right? Like maybe this guy stinks.
Your back's going to hurt, first of all, even off of the ego trip that I think that tall men get. Your back's going to hurt. It's going to be hard to find shoes that fit because taller people have big feet. There's just like a lot of factors that...
Your quality of life goes down.
There's no need.
Yeah.
My mom, when I was a teenager, dated a guy who was 6'7". First of all, gratuitous. Second of all, he was kind of weird. Third of all,
of course he was weird.
He had to order his shoes online because they didn't sell them in stores.
Look, we might lose some listeners.
Yeah.
Of course he's weird. He's 6'7". He's never had to try hard in his life at all.
He homeschooled his kids.
Yeah, just what a privilege.
There's a lot of
No one holds tall people to any standard.
Yeah.
He
had a crazy name too that I'm not going to say on air, but I'll tell you later. Okay.
So who are we both a fan of?
Jin Soo Kwon, of course.
Do you want to do this now? This is my first.
Sure.
This is my very first note.
Then I know what it's about. I wasn't talking about that, but by God, we can't talk about it.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
I'll do it on camera right now.
Yeah, do it.
Jen shirtless.
Goodness.
Shelby losing it.
Goodness.
Was my note.
Goodness. It was for the fans. It was very clearly fan service on purpose. Him coming out of the tent all shirtless and like just looking popping around, and then Sun coming up behind him and putting her arms around him. Very sweet. And then he turns to Hurley, who does one of these. It was all a bit much, but yeah, I mean.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. That wasn't what I was talking about. What I was talking about is he finally got the cuff off. And he's been rocking that cuff since like the middle of season 1.
It's got to be.
Thank goodness.
It's got to be miserable at that point.
He's got to have a bunch of like chafed spots on his wrist and like broken skin and
I mean, but he's been in good standing for a long time. I mean, all the way back to...
Did nobody have a set of pliers before they left on the raft?
That's kind of what I'm thinking, too.
I guess not.
All the way back to, like, when Walt burnt the first raft. Like...
Yeah. That's
Jen
a
was
long time ago.
Jen was still like, come on, he's fine. We love Jen. What can nobody take some time to figure out how to get these cuffs
Such a
off
good
of him?
man. Get the cuff off of him. And Locke did. And Jen said thank you in English. And it was really nice. I liked that little part. Locke and Jen don't really interact also. And it was nice to see them have... It's always nice for me to see moments between characters that we don't often see talk to each other. Like, obviously, we end up with, like, people in little groups, you know, like Hurley and Charlie hang out because they're best friends. And Charlie hangs out with Claire and Aaron because that's his little family. And beyond that, sometimes Charlie will talk to Jack or Kate because they're the main characters. And sometimes he'll have something to do with Locke. But beyond that, you're not going to see him talking to so-and-so or Son or Saeed or whoever very often. So a moment like when Charlie talked to Rose in season 1 when Claire was missing, and they had that like really nice moment of, well, let's pray together and let's work on making you feel better. It's really, really nice. And so it was nice to have Locke and Jen interact because they've never talked.
Okay, can I... okay, you're not going to like this, but can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Always. When
is Hurley going to be more?
Oh, wow. What do you mean?
No. You told me that he was going to be the most important character. They are still using him as like a punchline. He's like a Kevin Hart coming in and doing 2 or 3.
Funny.
Okay.
He's
saying.
Very important. He's going to become more important later.
I know, but can you see what I'm saying right now? Like they just like
by the time the show's over, Hurley will be the most important character on the show. That's what I'll tell you.
That's all.
By the time the show's over, Hurley will be the most important character.
I know, but it's hard when I'm like looking through the lens of that you've told me that he is the most important person, and I'm like, he shows up, and he had a very funny line. He was like, Rose's husband's wife. I didn't see that coming. Hilarious. Love
Very
it.
funny.
Really good, but like...
Fair. It's 2004, and they're old people.
But like, is he more than the comedic relief?
Yeah.
I know he is, but so far I'm like, just give me something there. Okay.
We'll get there. There's a good Hurley episode this season, but I need you to understand up front, Hurley's storyline is a full show storyline.
Okay.
We're not going to get through with it until the last episode of the show. So there's going to be a lot of comic relief. He will be important by the end. And he is important now in his own way.
Yeah.
But he will be important on a more like cosmic scale
by
the end of it.
And I'm sorry to say that. I just felt like,
don't apologize.
His character was like really perfectly written when he was getting in charge of the food.
Yeah.
And I was like really kind of starting to work myself into like, man, he is... You know, what a complex story. What a dynamic character. And like we're moving in the direction that I would like to move into. The numbers literally still keep happening. And
we won't get answers on what the numbers are until season 6.
No, I know, but I just want Hurley to be more. And then like Charlie got a little bit too much, and I was like,
well, Charlie's always a little too much.
Yeah, like I said, they paid him too much. He was too high on the call sheet. They had to give him too many lines.
He had all that Hobbit money to play with, so they really had to treat him right.
Look, I'm dating Kate in real life.
Yeah.
I'm
dating Kate in real life. I'm getting that Lord of the Rings sweet 3 movie money. You're going to have to...
I don't...
Tell me.
I don't know what he's like in real life. That's absurd. Of all the men that they've had on the show, Evangeline Lilly
You can only make certain... I'm not going to get into it. Dominic Monaghan as a person on the podcast, I think, is probably the best way to do it. He seems all right. Seems all right.
We'll call it there.
I also, speaking of characters who interact and that we don't see interact a lot, I have missed Kate and Saeed. I thought that they had a really nice like friendship in the beginning of season 1, and then it kind of got dropped. And I understand why. There are a lot of interpersonal relationships and dynamics to play with in this show. And so, of course, some of them are going to fall off. But they really seem like they were on track to become good friends and allies in season 1, and it dropped off. And so it was nice to have that moment at Shannon's grave where it's kind of a funny mirror to Shannon. She's been seeing this horse. Sawyer woke up in the middle of the night or in the middle of his, unconscious stupor and did things that made her think that he's possessed by Wayne or something like that. And so him having that conversation with her and her going, I think I'm going crazy, when he is the final interaction really he had with Shannon before she died was that she felt that she was going crazy and he saw what she saw too. And so that for them to have that little conversation was really nice. And for him to straight up tell her in a show where nobody tells each other anything, for him to straight up tell her, I saw Walt in the jungle right before Shannon got shot. So if you're crazy, I'm probably crazy too.
If we were going to do people not telling anybody anything, I want to revisit Michael at the end with the computer. But I will say, in the middle of that scene, because I did think that that was one of the best scenes that maybe I've seen in the entire show so far.
Evangeline Lilly and Naveen Andrews, powerhouses in that scene. Great connection, great delivery. Go on, sorry.
No, you're good. I just thought that I thought Saeed's makeup looked perfect. His eyes looked dark, they looked heavy, and it just looked like this guy has not slept for days. He is so emotionally distraught, and I thought that was really good, but he is able to give his lines in a way that feels like he's processed that, and he's just coming through it from a tiredness at this point. And then I thought Evangeline Lilly poured herself into all of that. She was crying without trying to cry. I don't, like I said, I think everybody who is listening, if you're watching now, I'm a big crier. There is something tough about trying to fight back crying. And I thought she nailed that. And Naveen Andrews was just fighting he wasn't even crying because he was so tired. I don't have any more tears. I am dried up right now. And I thought he nailed that perspective. And then she was just like, I have too much. I have to pour it out right now. And it was a special scene. Special scene.
Saeed seemed totally broken. This episode, beaten down, exhausted. Makeup did great with him.
Doesn't do everything though.
No.
His
performance of that exhaustion and brokenness was so good. He's just fantastic.
You get what I'm saying though. The makeup can only do so much, and I thought it nailed it, but man, his performance just was what a nuanced thing that he has to do in the middle of that with all of these people on set and trying to deal with that. He has to be I am so tired. I have been mourning this person for days. But I still have to give you that emotion, but without the over the top kind of, eccentric, behavior. Oh, just wonderful.
My
actual
note was Saeed seems so defeated. And that's...
I put distraught as my note was distraught.
Either one.
It's so good.
Both at once.
Saeed's fine. You're right. Saeed's fine.
Saeed is fine.
Hey, don't be nasty.
I'm not being nasty. He's fine. I did think it was funny, and not funny, but kind of funny, because Kate did have that moment where Sawyer woke up and choked her and was like, you killed me. Why did you kill me? And she's thinking, I'm finally facing the music for what I did with Wayne. And she runs off, has this whole moment, and then comes back to Sawyer, and Sun is watching over him. And she's talking to Sun awkwardly for a moment, and she's like, well, has he said anything? And Sun gives her a crazy look and is like, said anything? Sawyer? No, girl, he's unconscious. What are you talking about?
He's not doing so good.
I liked that.
Well, I don't really even know where to begin with any of that story because, I also, my third note is Sawyer doing a deathbed confession. Nothing like
to Jack also.
Nothing like dying to say you love someone.
And not even saying it to her, saying it to Jack, to quote unquote his competition for Kate is nuts.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so here is kind of my beef. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I love Kate and Sawyer. I love you seems big. I just don't know where we got there. I feel like we skipped a few steps. But it's also a TV show. You know, I understand that, like, you can't get to everything all the time, but I feel like we got there a little too quick.
I've gotten into this before. I really think that what Sawyer and Kate have is not romantic love. It is seeing themselves in another and learning to love that, and therefore learning to love themselves. And I think that maybe that's too much for us to get into this early, but yeah, they do love each other. And I think that they have loved each other probably since season 1 when they were sitting around the campfire playing Never Have I Ever. I think that they loved each other then to some extent, but it would never, ever work between them.
No, but, you know, in the context of what we're doing,
Yeah.
of course it worked. You know,
Sure. We had a skate confession, but we also had our first Jake kiss this episode.
okay, I want to talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
In a second.
Yeah.
Okay, because oh gosh, I don't know. Because now you're like,
Kapunked. I'm sorry, this is so late, but Kapunked says that they're 6'3", so back pain confirmed.
Yeah, back pain.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
It hurts.
I wouldn't know.
Me either. I'm a sensible 5'7".
Hey, my Tinder profile says 6'1", but
Does it really? Well, it wouldn't, would it?
no, it wouldn't, would it? Thank you.
For a
Gotcha.
second.
Gotcha.
You liar.
No, okay, so I think we don't have to have this conversation right now. There is something
might.
that, okay, connecting with someone on the level that they do
Yeah.
is love.
Yeah.
And it does matter.
Yeah.
But to your point, like, it doesn't mean that it works.
And it doesn't mean that it's work. And it truly doesn't even mean that it's romantic love. I think that it's
You can be drawn to someone without being in love with them.
Yes.
And then also you can be attracted to someone
Yes.
without being in love with them.
Yes.
And I feel like they're all caught in this like weird, like none of this works.
Right.
But like one is a little bit of attraction and one is like a little bit of trauma. Like you can fall in love in so many different
Yes.
ways. It just doesn't mean that you're in love.
And I think Kate's whole deal, I don't want to piss off the people who really hate the love triangle. And I'm not saying that the love triangle is the greatest thing on television or anything. I'm not saying it's not overdone. There's a love triangle in everything that has, you know, that sort
Success.
of success and that sort of, you know, cast where you have 100 people and then one beautiful girl kind of at the center of all those people and two beautiful men.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, there's going to be a love triangle. Talk to Twilight, talk to Hunger Games, talk to all that.
Don't talk Twilight. I finished the movies. Okay.
They're good. I hate to say it. They're good.
Sign me up.
I'm also a big Hunger Games guy, and I won't apologize for that. Anyway, regardless.
Okay, I want to take something offline after this. I have a note on my iPhone.
Yeah.
It's called my auto watch list.
Okay.
It's basically if
Have you not seen the Hunger Games?
all of my favorite actors, like there's like a list of people that I have. If they're in a film,
Wow.
I'll watch it.
That's real.
Jennifer Lawrence is
I've done that before.
Right.
With actors. Not like with a list, but I have like.
there's like 40 people on it.
The summer I got very into Andrew Scott. I watched everything in Andrew Scott's entire filmography.
See?
And
You know, there's certain actors, if you just you
Yeah.
know, if they're doing a project, I'll watch it. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's gonna be good or bad, but I respect
some of
their
them are
work.
going to be bad. The thing is that some of them are going to be bad. There are movies I have watched for actors that, golly Bill.
Yep.
Dead Bodies for Andrew Scott. Andrew Scott, love you. One of the best actors working today. I cannot say this enough. There was a movie you did very early in your career called Dead Bodies. It wasn't a good one. You did a great job.
Is that the one with Nicholas Hoult?
No, that's Warm Bodies, and
Warm-
that's a pretty good movie.
Okay.
Dead-
She loves Nicholas Hoult.
I do love Nicholas Hoult. Dead Bodies was like an Irish film, didn't get very far, but Andrew Scott like accidentally killed his girlfriend. Like he shoved her during an argument. She fell and she hit her head on the coffee table and she died. And just a bad situation to be in. I feel like that's a good premise that you could build a good movie off of. They didn't. They did not.
I was like,
they made about 2 hours of bad with it.
My initial thought is like, don't shove someone, but
yeah, don't shove your partner.
That's it.
But you could make a good movie out of it.
Don't tell Kate that. She'll probably do it.
She might. What were we talking about?
I'm so sorry. I took you off script a little bit. We were talking about just like characters.
The
love triangle. Love triangle.
Love triangle. Yes.
You did like a,
You did the Greek letter delta. And I said, well, obviously, you're trying to tell me about your sorority, which I didn't know about, Zoe. She's frantically shaking her head. Me either, girl.
I think it will ask everybody, we should get a camera. Just a cut to
we need a Zoe cam like in the lower third.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just live Zoe reaction. Zoe, by the way, has not watched an episode of Lost. Refuses to, frankly. I mean, every once in a while she'll humor me a little bit, and I'll go, Zoe, you need to watch Lost, and she'll go, I do, but then she never does she?
No.
So write that down.
Okay, so we're talking about the love triangle.
She's a wonderful producer, though.
You were saying you don't want people to be mad at you talking about the love triangle.
I think that the love triangle kind of works for Lost. I know that it's a lot of people's first criticism for this show. And I understand why. It's something that we see over and over again in different media. And a lot of times it doesn't work. And a lot of times it does take away from the story that we care about and all of that. I think that Lost thrives not because of the island mysteries. Although I love the island mysteries. I love them. I've researched them too much to not love them. But I think that Lost thrives because of the interpersonal relationships and the character development of the people on the island. And I think that that works for Kate. I think that Kate is a character who has always been on the run. Even before she was actually physically on the run, she is running from the idea that Wayne Jansen is her biological father. She is running away from the idea that her mother loves Wayne Jansen, the abusive shitbag, more than she loves her. She is outrunning this and that and the other. I mean, it's proven to us in the last episode about her with the boyfriend she got killed, where he's like, the videotape or the cassette tape of them as kids. And he's like, Kate, you're always running away. Yeah, she's always running away. And now she's on the island where she can't run away. There's nowhere to run to. There's just the island and just the people on the island. And she's got to learn how to live with those people long term. And I think that that's important. And I think that a good translation of her always feeling the need to run away in a situation where she can't is to have her kind of bouncing between two ideas of what her life could be, two ideas of who she could be, two ideas of who could love her. And Jack's this symbol of stability and of leadership and of, kind of making a life for herself that has nothing to do with what she's come from. And Sawyer is kind of the idea of staying with what's familiar. And again, they're mirrors of each other in so many ways. And so I think it's useful to have her bouncing between them. Personally.
No.
But I get why people criticize the love triangle, but I do think it works.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm all the way into criticizing the love triangle. But to your point, like when it does work.
Yeah.
Like if you do that, it works. And it gives a lot of characters a lot of more depth.
Mm-hmm.
I think where I struggle a little bit is I think it gives the boys more depth than it does Kate.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
this episode, it didn't. I think this episode, you can learn a lot about Kate. Just take out all the flashbacks, take out all the introspection, just the idea of her having this scary moment with Sawyer and then running off. And then immediately when she meets Jack, kissing him kind of on a whim and then running away again is the most Kate Austen thing that she could do. And I think it informs us a lot.
You don't want to hear my opinion on that.
Okay.
A little 5 cents floozy. Okay.
God.
But I'm just saying, I think if you're going to do the love triangle,
Floozy.
a little 5 cent floozy. You never heard that?
I mean, now I have.
Okay. So that's a story for offline. It was very fun. It's a really good story. I feel like the love triangle gives more to Jack and Sawyer than it does Kate. I feel like her character is much better. I'm more interested in like what she is doing in her redemption story. But if you don't talk about Jack for a few episodes like we have, if Sawyer's basically dying for the last month and a half, Kate is like the center of what they're doing. They need her way more than she needs them.
That's true.
So that my only thing is like the love triangle does make sense. But I like her character, and I don't like her being tied to the men. I like her being her.
I get
you know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
I do get that.
But I don't like Jack just being. Oh gosh, I have a note. This is terrible. When he comes up and gives the tonic or tequila to Annalise, my boy. When he kisses Kate, my boy loves a woman in the most vulnerable position she's ever been in her whole life.
Yeah.
Come on, like
and
he married a woman.
The most
then.
Jack, like
when you are at your lowest,
loves,
Jack will slide in.
He loves something he can fix, and he feels like he can fix Ana Lucia right now because she's done this unforgivable thing, and she's kind of turned the rest of the island against her. And he's like, I can fix that.
Yeah, and then he goes with Julie Bowman when she is like basically on her deathbed, and then when Kate is entirely distraught about Sawyer, kisses her. Mm-hmm. If you're in a low moment, this guy's gonna slide in.
This guy's gonna get there.
He's gonna find you. If you're having a bad day, Jack's gonna be right next to you, which I don't like, But I'm just saying, the love triangle does make sense. It's a really good story device, and I do think that it's always gonna work. I think it takes away from Kate. I think she's more powerful without them.
I do see that.
And I feel like Sawyer's not much without her, though. And that's coming from somebody who loves Sawyer.
Yeah.
He's not much without her. Maybe Ana Lucia.
We got to get you to season 5, baby boy.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right.
But without Ana Lucia, Jack is exclusively tied to Kate. I mean, he was running through the jungle screaming at her because he would never chase anybody else on the island.
Right.
If they were doing that.
That's true.
But he's just obsessed with women. He's just going to chase Kate.
He's obsessed with a woman he can fix. He
wants
to fix a woman so bad.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely I do.
I think her character is more powerful without the men. Mm-hmm. But it does make sense.
Again, another point for her ending up with Claire at the end. Who's with me? Please, those of you who have finished the show, I think you know what I mean.
Okay. I'm in.
It's fine.
I'm in. As long as Jack and Sawyer end up alone, I think I'm okay.
And Charlie, yeah.
Okay, let me time out. Let me rephrase. I hope everyone finds love on this island. Love Island. That's going to be the
Love Island.
Love Island. Everyone but Charlie.
Wow, get him. Get his ass. I will say, I have the TikTok for us, so I can post our little clippies. If you don't follow us on TikTok, please do. It's Flight 815, I think. Let me check really quickly. Oh, don't play a video. It's Flight 815 Pod. Follow us. But I have that, and I am liking all of the lost videos I get, just whatever they are, and commenting on ones that I really like. So you can't ever look at the likes or the favorites on this account, by the way, because it's rife with spoilers. There's a lot of people doing very cool fan edits where they're splicing together bits of the song to bits of the show to a Phoebe Bridgers song or something, and they all rule. But the past 3 days, I have gotten nonstop Jack and Sawyer edits. All Jack and Sawyer all the time. And
that would make sense to
you're
me.
swaying me a little bit. I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're going. And I'm not mad at it. It's not the worst thing that could happen to either of them, frankly.
You could get me there.
You can get me there.
Yeah. Is that my phrase? You could get me there.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
I do say that a lot.
I'm taking it. I just got a notification that you viewed the profile. But yeah, there's like 4 right here.
I do view the profile too much.
That's okay. You're checking.
But I don't check the comments.
Yeah, there have been a couple of people that have been a little bit spoiler in the comments, and I don't mind. I run the TikTok. Anthony doesn't. So if you spoil something, I can tell him, don't look at the comments on XYZ video, and it'll be fine. But do watch out, because Anthony has not seen anywhere further than the episode we are discussing that week. So don't be talking about the season 3 and 4 twists too loudly.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Don't do that.
I feel like there was one comment I got really recently that was kind of treading a line. I was like, oh my goodness.
While you look that up, can I do one more thing?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I cannot believe that was Kate and Jack's first kiss.
I know. It's been a minute.
Super not happy with that.
Right.
Just
kind of spur of the moment.
It's disgusting.
Reboundy.
It's disgusting on both of their parts.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack has wanted this for 9 months or however long we've been doing this. I mean, we've been doing this since day one.
It's been like 50 days. 52, 54.
Just don't like that. Like, if you're going to convince me that they're supposed to be together, that is not the way that happens. There's no way. And he's like chopping the wood and he's like pissed and he's like, well, dude, make her fall in love with you. Do better. Mm-hmm. Do better. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like that pushed me in the direction to root for that relationship.
Yeah. Again, I think if you put a gun to my head and told me to choose between...
No one's putting a gun to your head.
Sure. Thank you, Anthony.
Sorry.
But if someone did and said, you have to choose between Jate and Skate right now, I would probably say Jate. But I really don't think that either of them would end up living a happy and fulfilling life with Kate long term. And that's my opinion. And I think that all 3 of them could be good friends with each other after a time. But I just don't think that... I think that probably Jack has the better shot because Kate and Sawyer are too similar, I think.
Gosh darn.
But...
What a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't think any of them could live happily with anyone. I don't think Kate's good for either of them. I don't think either of them are good for Kate.
Right.
I think they're all going to be miserable no matter what.
We have to wait for my girl to show up. Wait. And then you'll see.
Like at this point, maybe Jack can focus on Ana Lucia for a little bit. It's just,
I wish he wouldn't. I get what you mean.
No, I'm saying I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Like Kate and Jack are going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Sawyer's never going to be able to love her the way that erases what she experienced in her life. That what we did in this show. Like, she sees him, she says, I hate him for it.
Yeah.
When I see him, it makes me sick.
And that really drives home the Kate and Sawyer are mirrors of each other thing for me, because she talks about how she doesn't think she'll ever be good because she has Wayne's blood in her. And she talks about how she sees Wayne in Sawyer. They're the same. They've both got problems.
So how's that good? So
no, it's probably not good.
They're not going to work out. And I just don't think she's never going to feel comfortable with Jack. And Jack is always going to posture and be bigger and better than her. And that's why she's like, I'm not as good as you. I'm sorry, I'll never be perfect. And she's yelling at him. And it's like, yeah, so pick somebody else.
They're on different playing
Pick somebody else. We need another guy. We need somebody.
We need Claire.
We need
to
Desmond.
get away from that little British man. We need Desmond to come back. First of all, I miss Desmond so bad. It sucks to be introduced to him at the beginning of the show and then have to wait a whole season to see him again. Hate it. I miss you. Desmond, come home.
Yeah, come back.
Come back.
Come back.
He's like running around the island naked somewhere, I guess.
It is like, where did he go?
I don't know. He's somewhere.
But he does come back, from what I've heard.
Yes, I've told you that's one spoiler I'll give you. He will return in the finale of this season, and then he will be a major character.
Where did he go?
He's on the island somewhere. He's been on the island for years. So, for 3 years. So, like, I don't know.
Okay, can I tell you something?
Depends. Sure.
So I saw that black horse.
Yeah.
She said, "Do you see that?" I wrote down, it probably came from the Swan Station.
Because the Swan Station, as we all know, is for animals. I would love to go on the record right now and say that there is a station that's for animals. It's not the Swan.
We don't know that for sure. We don't know that for sure.
We'll get there. We'll get there like beginning of season 3.
Okay, but we're talking about animals, and then all of a sudden a random black horse shows up, and I'm like, came from the Swan Station.
Maybe it came from the Swan Station. Again, like you've seen the whole Swan Station. Where would they keep animals to test
It's not about
them?
where they keep it, it's where...
And to study an animal, you need a place to put the animal so that you can draw blood and do tests. I'm not a fucking doctor. Do whatever you need to do to the animal. You need a place. The animals that we've seen on the island are
It sounds like
black horse, big ass polar bear, fish. That's kind of chickens.
It sounds
boars.
like it sounds like you know a lot.
Where would you put any of those animals in the Swan Station?
It sounds like you know a lot about testing
In the
animals.
underground concrete bunker. Where would you put an animal?
That's where you keep the stuff that you test them with.
Where do you put the animal when you're testing it?
We haven't seen that yet. I don't know. I don't know where we test it.
Right. That's true.
We got polar bears and we have black horses running around the island.
Just the one black horse. And he's Kate's friend.
Is that a foreshadowing or?
I don't know. Kate pet him and then he said, "I'm out of here." Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did.
He said, "I'm gone, actually. Don't touch me again."
Hey, I'm surprised he didn't fall in love with
You
her.
were supposed to look at me. You were not supposed to pet. I'm going to go.
I'm surprised they didn't make it like a 4 people triangle, you know?
Well, he had another job that day for Black Beauty, so they only had the horse actor for so long.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Have you seen Nope? Speaking of horse actors,
No.
I like that movie.
No, there feels like a little factoid you got to give me there.
It's a really good movie. It's a monster movie. There's horses and there's horse actors because it's like on a horse farm in California where they train horses to be in the movies.
Who gets paid for that? Is it the trainer?
I guess.
Yeah.
Or the owner
Yeah.
of the horse. The horses kind of have no need for
Money.
money. What are they
does
going to
seem that way.
do? They kind of like don't have the brain for that. So the Bible they found in the Arrow Station had more film strip to add to the the Marvin Candle film at the Swan Station to splice in. And Marvin Candle said I'm so sorry. Yeah. He said there was a shark. There was a shark, and we never really talked about the shark.
Well, I feel like I saw one of the comments on the Spotify from Anna. Like, did you see the tail of the shark?
Right.
Yeah, so I saw that. I didn't know what that meant.
So we didn't talk about it because you didn't notice it, and I live in a weird space of if you don't notice something, I kind of don't want to bring it up because I don't want to spoil you. But this isn't really the shark that was attacking the raft. Back when the shark was attacking the raft, do you remember?
Remote controlled.
Wouldn't that be something? No, the shark had like a brand on his tail fin or paint that said the Dharma logo was on the tail of the shark. Branded or like tattooed. I guess you couldn't paint a shark and then put it in the fucking ocean. So I guess it would have to be tattooed or branded, but it looked black. So I guess tattooed.
Okay. Well, you can't keep laughing at me when I say
I'm not laughing at you, dog.
I said it was remote controlled.
Well, yeah, that's funny.
Oh, okay.
What are they gonna? It was a real ass shark. It was biting the raft.
We don't know that for sure.
I guess. Yeah, it was remote controlled. They were
Shelby.
Ethan was controlling it from his little house.
No, he's dead.
Ethan is dead, I guess.
Okay.
Goodwin was controlling him with his little remote. Goodwin's also dead.
I don't want to talk about Goodwin.
But you don't know any others. The guy with the beard from the pontoon boat was controlling it with his little, who I won't say the name of.
You almost did, though.
I didn't
You're
this
so
time.
good.
I said the guy with the beard.
You're getting so good.
The guy with the beard.
You're getting so good. You're a true pro. True pro.
Kabunk said weird movie, and we've talked about so many movies that I don't know which one he means.
Wow. That's true.
That's okay. Is there anything else major? Did I just delete that whole thing? No.
I don't know. I feel like
There was the bit where she went to see Sam Austin, who she is believed was her father. I really like that scene. Where she goes to talk to him at the army place. I kind of don't know.
like a recruiting office.
It seemed like something like that, or like an office building for some kind of more bureaucratic side of the military.
I thought that he ate.
He did.
I thought he
did
ate.
a great job. And you could tell that, and I think that was really important. You needed an actor who could do this, but you could tell that he has always been her dad. You know what I mean? Like, even though the blood isn't there, and he's known the whole time that the blood isn't there, that's been his daughter since she was born, you know?
And I think it's important.
I think that was important. Nope. It was a weird movie. It was very good. That was the movie that Kapunch was talking about. You should check it out. It's good. It's
there
good.
you go. I think it's important to recognize when people claim kids as their own.
Yeah.
Like that, and I think there's something important. I don't know exactly how I'm going to be able to phrase this correctly, but like the fact that like she called him dad over and over,
and even
the fact
like after the very last thing she said to him was "Bye, Daddy."
Bye, Daddy.
Aw.
And he was pouring out. He's like, I have to call them. Can you give me an hour? And he is like doing that entire scene. And look, I don't know, man. I feel like this episode freaking rocked.
Yes.
This episode freaking rocked. There were so many little intrinsic moments that I thought were so good, so important.
Yes.
Maybe they are maybe they're not important, okay? But like when he is telling her, I wanted to take you with me.
Yeah. When I
Like,
left your mom, I wanted to take you with me.
What am I supposed to do? And he is like pouring, crying, like, I love you. Like there's no one in the world more important to him, but I have to call. Like, this is not just all of that. The complexities and the intricacies of that relationship are so cool. I mean, it's just so cool. I mean, just, and I don't give her enough credit.
Right.
Evangeline Lilly
She's
gave
great.
a unbelievable performance in the middle of that.
Yeah.
She was swallowing so much sadness, so much importance. Like, it was just an awesome scene. It was just an awesome scene.
My note for that was Sam Austin, the dad who stepped up, gives her an hour before he calls the cops. And her mom just called her in. Her mom gave her up like that.
So, okay. There was a scene. She goes to the hospital to see her mom.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was when her mom looked like Trudy Weigel for that one scene. She did in this episode.
What did I miss?
That one.
What did I miss? I knew that she went to see her and her mom was like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember much else about that scene. Can you tell me about it?
She gave her up again. I think the issue is that
That's
Kate,
her. She's here.
Yeah. She was like, she screamed for help, basically, when Kate, she had cancer. Kate was trying to go in and see her before a major surgery in case it was the last time she got to see her. And she like staged this whole like very elaborate thing so that she could get in the room with her mom just to say hi while she's on the run for felony reasons. And her mom, as soon as she sees her, starts screaming for help instead of taking the moment with her daughter. And I really think that this episode drives that point home, which is that Kate's mom kind of doesn't give a fuck about her. I hate it, but she just kind of does not care. And certainly loves Wayne, her abusive husband, more than she loves Kate, which is really, really heartbreaking.
I think there's one thing that I am learning over and over is that a lot of these characters are not loved.
Right.
And it's going to be hard to interact with the rest of the world when you are not loved or you don't feel loved.
Wow.
And they're all kind of doing that. You go from Jack with his dad, he's got to turn his dad in. Sawyer watches his dad kill his mom. And then Kate's doing this, Hurley, like everything falls all the way around him. Charlie's brother leaves him, Claire's baby daddy just bails. As soon, like all of these people are inherently broken because no one loves them. And I don't know what I was going to say with that. But
you're right.
It's disastrous. It's really hard to watch.
It's
sometimes.
almost like whatever brought them together so that they could have an opportunity to be loved, a new opportunity to be loved by people who don't have the full history of them and can get to know them just as who they are and not their past. You know what I mean? And I like that.
The family you pick.
The family,
Is that what
the found family of Lost is all that matters.
Is that what you've been telling me the whole time?
A little bit.
I just got there. I'm sorry.
It's the found family of it. And even characters like Michael and Jen, who were at each other's throats at the beginning of the season one, like the beginning of the television show, at each other's throats, picking fights with each other over everything, are now like best friends. Like when Jen is leaving after getting his cuff cut off, he's like, look.
Yeah.
And Michael says, yeah, man, looks good. Like they're pals now, and they've found kind of a brotherhood together where they were trying to tear each other apart 30 days ago.
I think like even if you want to go a little bit deeper with Jen and Son.
Yeah,
like
it's fixed their marriage.
They have found each other a little bit through this experience. They have found each other. They are a found family.
They really have. Wow. Well, I'm so excited.
Come on,
I love Lost.
I'm getting closer. I'm getting better at it.
You are. You really are.
I just this episode drew so much more emotion out of me than a lot of I feel like sometimes I get lost.
A good one.
Sometimes I get lost like
You get lost?
Clip that.
He gets lost.
I get lost thinking about like character development, like what we're doing and then all of a sudden I can find myself in a lot of these people. And now I'm starting to understand the writing and like why this show, when it happened 10 years ago or whenever it happened, this is why people were like, this is why people had to watch it on time.
Yeah.
Because they spent all week thinking about this person and what they were going through in their life. And like, I'm actually dealing with that at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about this all week. I want to see how they deal with it because maybe it'll help me deal with my own thing. It's the exact same emotion. And I think that's a very special way to like write a show.
I do too. And I'm glad you're getting to watch it this way, like the week by week. I know that it's probably frustrating a lot of the time.
Miserable.
But I like that you are having the time to like ruminate on each episode and really think about it and think about the implications of it and discuss it with me, of course, you resident Lost expert.
Yeah. I just think it's weird to, watch a show for the first time and like sit down and write about it.
Yeah.
I've never I have like.
Oh, you can't finish the paper. I need to tell you right now, you cannot finish the paper.
What do you mean?
The television program, The Paper.
Oh.
You said you stopped after episode 2. Well, first of all, I'd like to say just a little bit in defense. I think The Paper is great. I do think it's great. But season 3 or episode 3 has some pretty serious Lost spoilers.
I literally never got there. So that worked out perfect. I think what we should do, you know what? At the end of this season, this is, if you can see here, this is my notes book. We'll do a giveaway. Nope. I'm just going to give away I'm going to do a giveaway.
Don't do that.
Here are my terrible notes.
What are the logistics of that? Where are we shipping your
I don't know. Whoever wants it.
My notes are in my phone and you can't have that. Next week, when we meet next Monday, we will be talking about the 23rd Psalm, which is our first episode about
love each other as your neighbors. Is that what that psalm is? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go on.
No, keep going.
We'll be watching the 23rd Psalm, which is our first Mr. Echo episode. Pretty freaking exciting. Pretty big stuff happening.
Yeah. Sorry. It's the I shall not fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lord is my shepherd.
Yeah.
Who I shall not fear.
I shall not fear.
Yeah. And though I walk with him or something like that. No, that's different.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Though I walk with him with the shadow of death.
The Lord is my shepherd.
I've never gone to church.
I shall not want.
Oh, I shall not want. I forgot about that part. Yeah. That's interesting. There's certainly things to be said about that. And we'll probably say those things next week on Monday at 4:30. And then Anthony got us some stickers.
Do you want to tell him about what's going on?
Yeah, there's some stickers. I've got one on my laptop next to my video game wives and some other stickers. But yeah, Anthony made these. They look great. You've got the Dharma Initiative logo with Flight 815 in the middle. Okay. Really killer stuff.
Yeah, so next week we are going to do a giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you jump in the live chat and you tell us where you're coming from, you send her a message on TikTok.
Sure.
We will try to send you a sticker.
We've got some stickers. We'd love to send you. I hope you have a great week. Meet us next week to talk about the 23rd Psalm. I just said it, and then it left my brain again because it's a Monday afternoon. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.